Nakakatouch nga ang naging kwento ng isang Nizagueco or isang 18. Narito po ang kanyang sinabi. Inclusivity isn't just a word. It's something SB19 and 18 truly live by. When Lolly, an Irish fan, first reached out to Onesie Entertainment to pitch a sign language project for the Dubai concert, she never imagined that Kuya Yani, the COO himself, would personally step in to support it. Together with 18 UAE, which funded and took sign language lessons directly from members of the deaf community, this initiative became a beautiful example of what genuine inclusivity looks like. It was about connections, not performance, Lolly shared, and it shows from heartfelt support by 1C to the incredible effort of the UAE 18 team. This project became a bridge of understanding and compassion that we went beyond the stage. Anyway, nakakatuwa nga dahil for sure kung may mga nanood doon na deaf e naintindihan nila ang mga lyrics ng kanta ng SB19 dahil na rin sa pagtutulungan ng nasabi nga pong COO or ang isa sa mataas na nag-manage ng Onesie Entertainment na sila ay nakipag-cooperate at ngayon ay sabi nga nobody gets left behind. So kung may deaf man na nanonood doon or mute, maiintindihan nila ito because of sign language. Kaya naman ang lyrics ng kanta, hindi man nila naririnig pero naramdaman nila at nababasa nila ang ibig sabihin ng napakagandang kanta ng SB19. Wow, nakakatouch naman. Napaka-supportive ng COO at CEO ng SB19. Siyempre, Pablo and Yani de Dios. Samantala, isa namang open letter ang ibinigay ni Rex Bacara. Anya, I went to see SB19 at the Coca-Cola Arena a few days ago. I'm not what you can call a die-hard fan, but I've always liked their slow songs since it was the weekend and because I love Filipino music, I went. Even before the concert began, Filipinos were everywhere, crossing streets, rushing through walkways, lighting up hours before the gates opened. You could feel it in the air, that quiet excitement of people who wanted long for something that reminds them of home. And it actually made me proud that this Filipino act was performing in Coca-Cola Arena, the same stage that has seen some of the world's biggest names. When SB19 appeared, the arena exploded, sold out, every seat filled, every light sticks raised, every heart ready. Their presence commanded attention, strong, precise, magnetic. They didn't just walk onto the stage, they took it. For more than 2 hours, they sang and danced without pause. The choreography was sharp, the vocals steady, even in the hardest routines. Every transitions, every beat, every shout from the crowd felt earned. Their stamina and focus were incredible. You could tell they worked for every second of the stage. The review, I've seen it perfectly. No dull moment on part with international shows. Intense, powerful, and that's true. The performance had no weak spots, no wasted time. Even the breaks between songs felt international, like part of a story they were telling through sweat, breath, and rhythm. But what I felt most was relief. For one night, it was a break from everything frustrating in our country. The endless noise of politics, the heaviness of home for a few hours. We weren't tired Filipinos shaking our heads at the news. We were proud ones singing together in a place that finally felt like we belonged. These young men deserved their global fame. What we saw that night was a product of years of intense training, misunderstanding, sweat, and long nights. You know there must have been struggles behind the scenes, pressures. But what I felt most was relief for one night. It was a break from everything frustrating in our country, the endless noise of politics, the heaviness of home. For a few hours, we weren't tired Filipinos shaking our heads at the news. We were proud ones singing together in a place that finally felt like we belonged. These young men deserved their global fame. What we saw that night was a product of years of intense training, misunderstandings, sweat, and long nights. You know, there must have been struggles behind the scenes, pressures, demands, exhaustions. But when they performed, all of that turned into power. Passion became movement, discipline became music. More importantly, they did a great service to OFWs. For a few hours, they gave something we all quietly crave, the feeling of home. They brought us back to our culture, our laughter, our families. We miss was nostalgia. Yes, but it was also healing, the kind you feel when you hear a familiar accent in a foreign land, or a song that reminds you of who you are. SB19, that Saturday night, carried a nation longing and turned it into pride. Images are all credit to the rightful owners. Thank you for watching.